rose, middle fingers to you haters. My family full of all black and grays like the Raiders. Waiting wild like a loose, untamed gator. I'm a dummy in these streets like McQueen, right with Mater. Ain't sleeping on me cause I just got started. Chopper bullets, make a move like I've been over at 40. I'ma eat a ghetto, so my comma retarded. I'm disrespecting mama, baby, than the dealer deported. Wanna ride with a player, just roll up. Straight H-Town like, man, hold up. Got a 2-liter in my coaster. Real good, a bitch with a gun and a holster. When the money on the line, I'm coming. Can't match my grind, they bumbling. Can't match my stride, they strumbling. Down for the bread, so you know they crumbling.
Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel, Take It From a Once Teen Mac Youth. I am your host and your once teen mom and troubled youth, Tasha. Today I would like to tell you how to talk to someone about being raped and molested. Now I've came across a lot of people who ask me these questions, so I just wanted to put this out there because I do know this is something that a lot of people deal with. So if you deal with it, or even if you feel like somebody just needs to know this information, share it with them. Have them to listen, write down, take notes if you need to. So this is going to be for little boys and little girls that need to get things off of their chest because boys are hurt too. So we want to go ahead and focus on them as well today. So we're going to be going over 3 things. We're going to go over utilizing all of your resources, the different form of communications, and then we're going to be going over what all you need to tell them when you do decide to tell them what happened. So first, utilizing all of your resources. Utilizing all of your resources. That means utilizing the people around you and everything to your reach, everything within your reach. Let me say it like that. So first, let's start with in home. If you have a parent in home, give your parent a try. If you feel like your mom or dad is always busy, they're always working and they just don't have the time, get that out your head. You are their child. Give them a chance. But everybody's not so comfortable with talking to parents. So that is why we're going down this list. Everyone's not used to talking to everybody. So hey, if you can't talk to your parents, let's talk to a sibling. Talk to a sibling, your brother, your sister. Pull them to the side and talk to them. If you don't have a brother or sibling to go to, or if maybe you just don't want to go to that person, go to a friend. Tell one of your friends what's going on. Reach out to a family member if you need to. If you're working or you're going to school, reach out to a classmate, reach out to a coworker. If you're going to church, talk to your pastor. So these next 2 are very controversial when I talk to people and they look at me kind of crazy. But again, I'm not going to tell y'all to do something I haven't done, and I have done both. So I'm going to start with talking to a stranger. Yes, talking to a stranger. So when it came to me deciding I no longer wanted to be depressed, I no longer wanted to hurt, I decided I was going to do the opposite of what I did when I was a child, and that's talk. In 2019, I asked God what was my purpose on this earth, and he told me I was the messenger. And I don't know what the message is, but I decided to talk, to start talking and to keep talking and to talk about every and anything because it's something in my words that need to be said. So I talk to strangers. And one thing about strangers, they will give you that conversation. Now, I had people that looked at me crazy because they were like, oh my God, I don't know this person and she's opening up. However, hurt people understand hurt people. So that same stranger I just took the time to open up to, most of them began to open up to me about what they were going through. So we both had just met up and had a very therapeutic moment. That stranger was able to feed into me emotions and feelings and things that I just didn't even know I needed at that moment. It was so helpful to both parties. So yes, talk to a stranger. And hey, they don't know anybody you know. It's a stranger. So if they go back and tell somebody, that person's going to be a stranger. You don't have to tell them your name unless you want to, to keep that good rapport with them. But no, they're not going to go back and tell anybody they're a stranger. And if they find out, then hey, so what? I'm 36 years old now. I have been through all of my trial and tribulations. I can smile now. So if anybody comes back to me with stories about what happened in the past, all I can do is defend it because it's something I've been through. And with God on my side, I made it through. And I love speaking about all of my accomplishments. So they're not going to go back and tell anybody, they're a stranger. And if they find out, then hey, so what? Next, we're going to talk about going live and using social media. Yes, going live and using social media. So I get a lot of feedback on this one because a lot of people feel like social media is not the place to deal with family turmoil. Or social media is not the place to put all of your family or private business. But let's discuss the advantages and disadvantages of social media. So first we'll start with the disadvantages. You'll have people that don't know you in your business. That's one. Somebody could use what you said against you. That's two. What's another reason, y'all? Post on in the comments. Because those are the only two disadvantages I can think of with using social media at this moment, because those are the most two things I hear. So let's talk about the advantages of social media. And I'm going to give it to you from my angle because I did use social media. So social media allowed me to express what I needed to express. I was able to get that off my chest. That's one. That is a part of my healing journey, releasing it. I was able to get that off. The second advantage to posting on social media, I was able to get help. So my goal was reached. That's number two. I got help. Number three, I was able to hear from so many people. So many people poured so much positivity. So many people poured so much love. So many people poured so much knowledge into me. Just off the strength that I opened up to social media to release what was on me that was hurting and I needed help, I got what I needed. That's three right off the rip. That's more than the disadvantages. I was able to help somebody else. Matter of fact, more than just one person. So that's number four. So what I'm trying to tell you is that using social media is not a problem, because social media is another outlet to help people heal, to help people release the things that they are going through. Some people don't have any other option. And if you're like me, you probably were dealing with whatever it is for months. For months, going crazy in that house, being depressed, alone. So you take it to social media to relieve some of that. It is helpful. It worked for me. So it can definitely work for you. And I also want to say this. If you are someone that sees family members on social media going back and forth, don't be that guy. Don't be that girl that goes under the post and say, hey, don't do this on social media. It's not everybody's business. How about you try to be that person that understands and be a mediator, because some of these problems just need that mediator to come in and help you look at both sides and come up with a solution. Kind of like how they do on the talk shows. Y'all know the talk shows. They come on TV, come on the web. and you have people going on there putting out their business in the public. There's one gentleman, I can't think of his name. I'll see if I can find him and I'll post it. But he helps families get back together. He'll bring a daughter on the show and let her release all the tension that she's had built up for her mother. And he'll have it to where that mother can come out and explain herself and help them get to a point of understanding, because he was that mediator that was able to get the problem, figure out what they wanted to do, and help them reach a solution. Now, I'm not saying it's your job to be a mediator for somebody on social media, but if you're going to say something, don't let it be get off the web with this, because some of these talks need to be had. There's a lot of broken families out there because the talks aren't had. They sweep them under the rug. So let's say you get into it with a family member at a dinner table. Y'all remember Madea movie where they were sitting at the dinner table and they came out and told Bow Wow that the sister was his mama? Because that conversation needed to be had. You might be in a situation like that and y'all might feel like, oh, well, it's a family event. We can't talk about this right now. Yes, we can. Because that situation needs to be had. Because if them people stopped that situation, if they would have stopped that situation, they would have left. No one would have called anybody because they're still in their feelings. Emotions are running wild. So while those emotions are running wild and you have everything in your head you need to say, get that off of you. So if you see someone on social media posting what's going on and they're going back and forth with somebody, hey, let them vent. Let them vent. Vent with them. It might be helpful to you as well. But don't be that person that says get off social media. No, social media is a outlet and it's very beneficial. So that is all of the resources that I have for y'all. If you missed it, your resources is your parents, your siblings, your friends, your family members, co-workers, classmates, pastors, strangers, and social media. Okay, next we have the different form of communications. So we already know who we're going to talk to. Let's see how we're going to tell them. These are your options. You can talk to them, meaning you can make that phone call, or you can sit down and have a one-on-one with them. You can write a letter. When I got older and wanted to tell my mother what I've been through, I chose to write a letter. Write a letter. I was able to express everything with leaving nothing out. Write a letter. I encourage everybody to write a letter. You can also make that letter into a poem if you want to get creative with it. I made my letter into a poem, and from a poem, I turned it into a rap song, and from a rap song, I turned it into a book. And again, posting it on social media, whether you post it on your page, whether you go live, are you sending it in a message to somebody in Messenger? Also, a very unpopular opinion, you can go public with it. If you feel like something happened to you and you don't think your parent or anyone will believe you, or maybe that person is in the house with you and you're fed up and you don't want to go back, cause a public scene letting everyone know what this person did and what you want to know happened. But you cause that scene. And when you cause that scene, you make sure it's around people that look like they're capable of protecting you against whoever it is that's doing you wrong. Those are your different form of communications. So now that we have talked about utilizing all of your resources, the different form of communications, now what do you tell these people? First, you let them know you need to talk to them, and it's a very important matter. Let them know it's very serious. Let them know you need them to control their emotions when they hear it, because it's that type of situation. Tell them what you want them to do. How can they help you? Do you want them to report it or help you report it? Do you want them to help you get out the house? Do you want them to help you put this person away? Or do you just want to vent and you just need them to listen? Let them know. Then, once you told them that and you got them emotions under control, tell them what happened. Tell them what happened. Tell them what that person did to you. Tell them if that person threatened you or spoke of hurting you or anyone you know. Tell them if that person has a weapon. Tell them if they have immediate access to you. If that person's in the house, does that person go to school with you? Do you see this person at the grocery store all the time? Was it a one time situation? But they need to know. But these are the things you tell them when you are ready to talk. I really hope this helps. If you have been in a situation, I'm so sorry. Keep praying. Keep your hope, because it does get better. And as always, talk. Let it out, because it is so much better when you let it out. It hurts to keep it in. I'm Tasha, your once teen mom and trouble youth.